Well, hi, beautiful friends. Laurel here, and I am so glad to spend this time with you. I have been trying to make this video for you all week. I made it once last week, and it somehow got eaten up by my computer. I don't know what happened to it, so maybe I wasn't supposed to post it. And then I've been meaning to record this all week, and now it's Friday, and I'm like, okay, we're going to get it done today. And I want to make this for you. So here's my intention for our time together today. I want to share with you a little bit about the energy that's going on and also want to weave that together with my upcoming class, The Power of Your Voice, so you can tune in to see whether or not this might be a fit for where you are. So let's start with the energy. I'm not going to be talking about any of the planetary stuff. There are astrologers out there who do this much better than I do. But I will tell you that the last 10 days, and it's April 14th as I'm recording this, I don't know when you're going to be watching it, it has been funky energy. And not the good kind of funky, I mean wobbly, wonky, fatigue, overwhelm, sadness, feeling a bit lost. I kept saying to my husband all the last weekend that I just felt flat. Like I couldn't find my breath. I couldn't find my groove. I didn't know what I was supposed to be doing next. And it feels to me that we are getting ready to move through significant gateways of transformation. So let me share with you what that means. First off, collectively, we certainly are moving through gateways of change. For example, everything that's going on with AI right now is incredible, incredible. That is definitely a gateway where we are in the early adopter phase of seeing how we approach life, our tasks, our artwork, everything. It's changing. This feels to me like how it felt in the early days of the World Wide Web becoming a thing. So there's definitely these gateways that we are moving through collectively, but also, and probably the conversation I really want to have with you, is our personal gateways. So there are times when we are approaching a season of growth or change. You might be able to feel it. You might be able to sense it. You might know what it is, or you might not have any idea, but you can feel it. What I'm feeling now reminds me a lot of what Karen Bishop used to write about from 2000 till about 2012. If you're not familiar with her work, she used to write these energy updates and teach about Ascension. And her stuff was amazing. I still have her books and I refer to them from time to time. And she would often talk about the kind of symptoms we might be feeling as we go through these energetic ascensions. We might have symptomatic changes, emotional changes, upset stomach, vertigo, um, fatigue. I can't find my words, but all of this to say that there would be these symptoms of this ascension, which is a recalibration of our energy field. And for many of us, if you're watching this video and you're part of the Illuminating Souls family, we're light bearers. We tend to come into this life with a higher sensitivity than others do. Not better or worse, just different. So we're feeling this. How it feels to me is this is a time where the angels on the divine are helping us to be in the world, but not of it. Right? There are so many things happening in this world right now over which you and I have very little influence, even though we're feeling deeply about what's transpiring. So it can really lead to this feeling of fury and impotence. But the thing that we want to remember that the shadow tries to help us forget is that we still have influence and dominion over many aspects of our lives in a positive, wonderful, vibrant sense. So it's almost as if the angels and God are helping to lift us up from where we are and pivot us over here. And that's where these gateways come in. I have experienced these gateways consciously. I want to say many times, but maybe several times would be a better term. It's not like it's hundreds of times, but I can easily think of, between 5 and 10 times when I've moved up to these gateways and felt the change coming. But this is a conversation I've been having in my classes and in my individual sessions all this week, because I can see for myself and for those I'm working with how these gateways are showing up. So you might be feeling that you are moving through a time of growth. You might feel like you're supposed to change something, right? It's like out with the old and in with the new, but you're not sure what the new is yet. You might also feel that you're being encouraged to expand your comfort zone. That's the one that's showing up for me right now. There is, I'm going to call it an adventure. I'm going to be a little obtuse about it on purpose, but there's this adventure I'm experiencing, and I've been doing the really fun part so far, and now I'm getting to the part that intimidates me. This is the part where I usually would say, nah, I don't need to do it. I don't want to do it. It's fine. I'm going to go watch Netflix. Like, okay, I'm just going to go over here to where I'm comfortable. But it keeps calling to me. It keeps saying, if you will move through this discomfort and do your best to make friends with this adventure that's calling to you, things will start to shift and change in wonderful ways. Which sounds great, right? We initially are like, sure, go, let's go. But listen, we have comfort zones for a reason. There are often times in this long-lived life when our comfort zone can be confining. Like my comfort zone is my jam. I'm good right here. But if I go beyond it, maybe I won't be good at it. Maybe it'll disappoint me. Maybe it'll be hard. And I don't like things that are hard. I share this with you because I would imagine somehow your gateway has been speaking to you, especially the last 10 days. So what I encourage you to look at is, where in your life right now are you feeling guided to stretch? Is something new calling to you? Is there this dream that might be a little abstract still? It's kind of over here in your peripheral vision that's calling to you. Because we're ever evolving beings, and we have been getting massive downloads of energy and insight happening. So this is the first conversation I want to have with you, is where are you being guided to stretch into the new, and maybe even release and clear some of your old stories. It's uncomfortable, but amazing things can happen. If you're interested in hearing more about how this has shown up for me in the past, I invite you to listen to my podcast, Sleepy Bedtime Blessings, and I posted an episode where I talk about my experiences with mediumship, which really talk about one of the most profound gateways I went through in my life. And so that's one way you can hear more about it. So now let's talk about the power of your voice and how it weaves into what I'm talking about. So we all have a comfort zone. I'm fortunate. I am somebody who's very comfortable talking clearly. I'm here teaching, sharing my stories, facilitating. But you know what? Not everybody is. And I offer to you that you have a beautiful divine presence. You have had experiences in your life that are powerful and beautiful. You carry wisdom in your heart. There are things that you can teach. There is light you are here to shine. And if you're not sure where to start or what would that look like, what am I even supposed to do with my voice? This class is going to help you. So we're going to be plugging into your authentic self, your authentic voice. Who have you always been? And there's 3 key modules. We do work with something different every 6 weeks, but I want to tell you about the 3 key modules we're going to be exploring. The first is storytelling. You've likely heard me talking a lot about this. It has been a great joy of mine this past year to help people come into their expression as storytellers of their own lives. So how to access, how are you even cataloging your own stories of what have been your key experiences and your mundane experiences, everything in between. The second module is going to be the art of teaching. Now, before you get nervous, this isn't about you have to teach a 12-week program on something. I don't know if you've spent any time on TikTok at all, but every day, thousands, millions, I don't know how many people teach a little snippet of something in 60 seconds. Like, we all have stuff we can teach. And the lovely thing about teaching in little snippets is that we build intimacy with people. We bring people into our world and we meet them where they are. So we have storytelling and teaching. The third one is facilitating. How do you help facilitate an experience for someone? And in this context, we're going to be talking about guided meditations, holding space for someone, taking someone through an intentional experience. Again, we see this on social media all the time. And I don't know if all 3 of these modules are going to speak to you, if one's going to speak more to you than the others, but sometimes we need permission to be the student. Listen, I know you're capable. I know that you're really good at everything that you do, right? You're very competent. I'm laughing because if you've listened to my podcast, I was reading something from the early 1900s and they kept using the word competent. He's a competent at this. And so anyways, inside joke here for those of you who listen to the podcast, but you're really good at things. And maybe storytelling or teaching or facilitating an experience feels a little out of your comfort zone. So over the next 6 weeks, you get to be a student. You get to try things. You get to find your voice and attune to how your stories dwell within you. And what would you like to teach? What would you like to teach? Not this big responsibility of having to teach somebody how to build something super important, but something easy, something fun. So I'm really excited about this class. The angels have told me it is time to offer it again. And I am hoping that you'll consider joining us. So I love you very much. I hope this information about your gateways will be helpful to you. If you are feeling a bit depleted and wobbly, not sure what comes next, you're not alone. These gateways tend to come to us steeped in mystery. We might think we know what the gateway is about, but it often is about something even more, something we can't even imagine from this side of the gateway. So here's to courageously jumping through our gateways. I love you and we'll talk soon. Thank you.